What is going on, guys? Alexander Thomas here. Welcome back to Gaming Time 123. Today we got the Eclipsed Play Booster. And here it is. There is, I think it says 36 cards in here. 30, okay, there's not as many. There's one bonus card as well. On top of that, one bonus card as well. Go ahead and get into the thing here. Give me a second to do that. These are all the there's a lot of cards in this set. There's quite a few still that I would love to get. However, there's only really one card in this set that I would actually really want. To put it this way. Look for the give me a second here. Gotta see if I can find. There it is. Go back to my thing here. We'll see it, make sure it's the right thing. There's a lot of really good cards in this set. There it is. Alright. The cards I like the most in this set are going to be the Figure of Fable. Really like that kind of card here. There is any of the Shocklands are pretty good in context. My favorite card, the card I really want to get, I have not got this one yet, is the Ajani. I really want to get the Ajani, and I wouldn't mind any of the other ones here. I think I've gotten the majority of the cards here because I went to the pre-release for this one. I don't have any of the double-sided elementals at this time. Maybe we'll get some today. There's 30 packs in this. The best card in this set, the Mythic here, by price, is either Wishful or it's Wishful and the Blue and Blossom. Those are pretty high up there. Those are kind of cards I want to go. I'm not going to keep track of the cards I get. Look at my, because price has gone down so much now that I probably won't get what I have, as much as I paid for it. So I paid $0 for it because I used my credits off my account at my store. We get this card here. Nothing else in it, I don't believe. It's choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent control of that type. Let's see here. Move too far. Never mind, I forgot about that one, that I have to put these boxes together in order for that to work out. So we won't be doing that. We won't be doing those things at that time. But I will put certain cards aside as well for these. I do have some sleeves as well, so that we'll be able to get those cards out of the way. There's not really a lot of cards though. I'm going to go ahead and go to my open this. And this probably will take an hour or so. Maybe 2 hours, to be honest. It's in Wizard Seal, so that's a good thing. And I bet you they're going to have the same art on all these. I paid I theoretically paid about $146, I think, off of it. Oh, that's fun. And there's a ton of good cards. I do really like this set. It's not my favorite set still. And here's the archetypes. You got merfolk, goblins, kidkins, which honestly I don't have a clue what that is, and elves. Those are the card types. There's Tangly, another card thing too as well, but we'll work on that when we get to it. And there are a lot of cards here. The only card I really want is the, let me choose a second thing right here. Really the only cards I'm really looking for at this time are going to be the Ajani, the Fairy, and to be honest, most of the Mythics. I wanted to get this Mythic Mirror Form. It's a great one. I wouldn't mind getting another Oko. I do have Oko at this point. Oko I think is actually a ridiculous planeswalker. I do believe, let me go to the Eclipsed here. My opinion is to get Ajani. Ajani is my favorite planeswalker of all of them, so any of those here. And we're not going to get any of these special forms, I don't believe, because I think these only come into Commander. What they're called? Collector boosters. And I don't think you can get any of those in this one here. So we're going to get into it, and I will see here. Do I have a... I do have sleeves here if I need them. Well, how we're going to get is in the end of it. Do I have my scissors over here? Should have honestly looked at it before. I don't see my... I don't see my scissors. Got those. Anyways, those are all the cards I really want. It's really the mythic elementals and the Bloom Fairy, and the Bristol Bloom Bearer. Any of the elementals, any of the planeswalkers, and basically most of the mythics. Honestly, I want. I don't really care about most of the ones though. We get to our first pack, and packs include, for updates for everyone else, 1 to 4 mythics, rare or higher. It is 2 has 27%, 3 is 2%, and then less than 1% is 4. And then you have also possibility of traditional foils, which are in there, and traditional foil land replaces 20% of the boosters. All right, we get to our first pack. I'll probably sort these out by color, but I won't actually. Here we go. And this one does have a lot of shapeshifters. Keep out. This little guy that Hinglins flashes in. Aggressive Perfectionist. For Blight's a new mechanic in the set, which is put one counter onto our creature by doing something. Discard a card if you do draw a card. Don't know how to pronounce that. Target creature gets Death Touch and Lifelink, and you get 2/2 Elf. Runaway Together, reprint from earlier step, but it's a pretty good card in the context. Goat Nap. Weird name. Can't control our creature, untap that creature, it gains haste on the turn. If it's a goat, it gets +3/+0. Are there any goats in this set? Grape Shifter. Thirst for Identity. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. Let's discard a creature card. First 5, which is exile our creature. That player gets a 1/1. And we got oh my goodness, that's a ridiculously good card. We will look up some of these cards because holy mackerel. That's something that's Victory. We gotta go to look at it because this is an alternate art foil version, and it is a mythic. Changing the version of it. Let's see. It is a $34 card. We got to put that in a sleeve. Foil Blight, a foil land, and this thing, which is useless. Put that in a sleeve. Do I have sleeves over here? I probably need to put that in a different sleeve. Yeah. Best card we've gotten so far. Of course, we're only in 1 pack, so you know. But really good card. I just dropped the sleeve. Put that to the side. We'll sort the rest of them out. As we go through it real quickly here, just make sure that I have all the cards. I'm not really worried about foils. I don't think there's any ridiculous foils in this set, so maybe any of the planeswalkers, and I'm going to sort these by color, main color. So that's a green, that's a white, and alright, we got black. And we'll put this one over here. Best card, that was a pretty good card. Let's go back here. And we'll go to our next pack. That doesn't make up for it right now, but that's still ridiculous. Alright, we got ourselves Something that enters with a chain link. It's all creature types. I didn't have any colorless ones in my first pack. Merfolk. I should put mono color ones as well. When it is tapped, you gain 2 life. That's pretty good. We got ourselves, whenever it dies, put 1 counter to our creature. Ooh, another mana dork, basically. Adds 1 mana of any color. Deal 5 damage to our creature, and then if it does, exile its turn. Target just another one of those copies. We got that one earlier. Ooh, we got that's pretty. When it enters the top 4 cards of your library, and then reveal either an elemental, island, or mountain, and put them in your hand, and put the rest of them on the board. Cool. That's cool. This artifact choose creature type. Spells have cost 1 life. That's a pretty good card. It's not the best card, but it's still a pretty good card. When it enters, this is very similar to it. Merfolk, Plains, or Island. Over here in the kids. Our rare is, or one of the rares, if there's more than one rare. Search your life for it. This is one of the worst rares you can get in the set, I think. Because you discard cards, you're looking for a creature card, but it's not a bad rare. And then we got a foil common. There's over in yellow, and we got a basic swamp. And then a Kington and an elf. And a elf. Alright, we got a sun-drept, I can't pronounce half these words. It's a tree folk, something 5/6. Scarecrow. Tremble cleansing. No idea how to pronounce that. Cinder Strike, blight 1, additional cost us. You may blight 1 and then deal 2 damage or do 4 damage. Broker Prankster, something gets a goblin gets +1/+1. When this dies, draw a card. Whenever this creature or another Kinklins enters, you get to give another creature +1/+1 to end of turn against trample. Pure's Eyed, whenever it comes in, you choose a color, and then you can 5 more colors on it, so you have to, it's a multicolored card. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyways. And we get this guy, which is, ooh, we got a rare. Let's see what it is. Players can't drain life or can't draw cards or gain life. Whoa. Yikes. What's that one go for? It is 50 cents. It's not worth anything, but that is one of the most broken commander cards that you really can get in the set. We got Tree Folk that has a lot of hits. Each creature spell with cost 1 toughness greater. Each creature spell with you control with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast than the creatures you control get +X+X. Yes, I'm putting that aside. And put that aside as well. And we get, whenever this creature attacks, you draw a card, lose 1 life, and a basic land. And this guy goes over here. We'll put that in a sleeve. I mean, it's not an expensive card, I can say, that much, but it's still one of the cards I was sort of looking for. Not particularly looking for it per se, but definitely one of those cards that's pretty powerful if you're playing Commander. I don't play Commander that much. Alright, Drown Guard. Mystic. Crossover Launcher, so it's plus 1 when it enters. Don't want to pronounce that. Former Grade is plus 3, plus 1, plus 0. Dream Seer, Blight 1, and then each opponent discards a card. He gets plus 2, plus 0 for if you have for each other goblin you control. An elemental that gets plus equals the number of permanents you control, so it's at least 1. So you may lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. Your opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Very good card. Give something flying and then you can return it for a later cost. Lifeline Dreams. And we got, as an additional cost, oh, it's a mythic. We got a mythic here. I'm probably going to put that in a sleeve here, but it's Blight X, which technically can be infinite because it does not say, because as long as you have 1 creature. It can't be, okay, it can't, never mind, it's not infinite because it says X can't be greater than the greatest toughness of creatures you control. So you can't do more than that. But it deals X damage to each opponent and each creature they control. It is a mythic. Put that in a sleeve. Put it aside. Oh, we got another one, which is actually a pretty beautiful card. When it attacks, you may play something from your graveyard for X less, which equals the number of creatures you control. Probably gonna put that in. Then we got a foil land. Probably put that in a sleeve as well, because that actually is a pretty cool looking card. We got some pretty good pulls so far, so it's a pretty powerful thing so far. Best card obviously was in our first pack. We got Airform. When it enters, survival 1, flying, Changling, which search lighter for basic land. Has reach and trample, costs 1 less for each permanent you control, so it's a minimum 2. Flame Channel Matters, which gives anything to miss. Target creature gets plus 1 plus it deals damage equal to the number of -1 counters. Equals to the counters. Each goblin's Changling, which is 0/0. Why would you put it 0/0? It says, okay, it is every creature type. Yay. May have this creature enters a copy of another creature on the battlefield, except it has Changling, so it's just a copy of a creature. Okay, so it becomes a copy, and so it's not really a 0/0 then. It's just whatever card you want it to be. Flock Imposter. Basically, put this onto the field, return something else to the outfield. Something gets +2/+2, and it fights something when it enters. At the beginning of each end step, it deals 2 damage to target to each opponent, which is if you put a counter on a creature. That is a terrible. It's like 25 cents. It's a pretty good commander, I would say. It's not a great commander. Target another creature gains lifelink and flying and lifelink. Okay, that's ridiculous. And at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, exile card from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. And then you may cast this card without paying its mana cost. That's less than the amount of the unit. So okay, that's not great off of the context. It's not terrible though. I'll probably put that in a sleeve. And we have foil version of that and a land. Okay, put this in order probably. I'm gonna put that in a sleeve. I don't think it's very expensive, let's put it that way, but it's still, these are all base sleeves, by the way. I'm only putting the ones that are, I think are actually worth it in bigger sleeves. Next pack. Wait a second here. I am not, there's no way I'm at 4 minutes. Okay, I'm about 27 minutes. My thing is not showing that. Okay. I'll watch that then. My XSplit is saying 4 minutes, which is fine because it's recording doing something else. It's using YouTube, which is good. Ooh, that's fine. We got Anthony Assistance. Lorwyn, which means it's just basically a pack with some Changling, Crossworld Watcher, don't know how to count that, but it enters, you get treasure token. Dream Caesar, Summit Sentinel, when it dies, you draw a card. Creekwood Safewire. Swataway. Kensbell Inspire, when it enters, you behold one, and then whenever a creature enters, you get it's cool. Not the best card, but still pretty good. Vampire Brawler, it must be blocked if able, and if it attacks another target else, so not this one, gets a +2/+1 until end of turn. And we have Champion of the Shell. You behold a merfolk and exile it. Whenever a creature becomes tapped, target one creature, put a stun counter on tap, target one creature, and stun counter. Okay, I don't know. And whenever it leaves the battlefield, put the owner's card in its owner's hand. Cool. And we have our foil. And a basic swamp. And we did get an elk, and with the opposite of, which I actually already had the planeswalker for this card. No, I don't think anything is worth on that one, so I think it was worth it on that one. What's that? Why do I have that? Oh, right. I don't know why I had another thing open. I was like, why do I have that open? Alright. Peddler. Miss Home, which is exile something. Mrs. Stinkling. Perfection. Enraged Famecaster. Dream Caesar. Run away together. 2 star creatures. Return to your hand. Moonveil. I don't know how to pronounce that. It gets +1/+1 for each creature in your graveyard. So better hope to have something in your graveyard. Giant Fall. Requiting Hex. Recluse. Something Recluse. Is that spider? No, it's not what it was. And our rare. Oh, I've gotten 3 copies of this card so far. One side, it can't be blocked. And when it transforms, whenever it enters or transforms, target creature gains an ability. It says when it deals damage to a creature or planeswalker, to you player or planeswalker, you draw a card. On the other side, it is gives something protection from everything. Do you like that card? Of course, I got played in both my decks. Brute, and then I'll land. Not particularly powerful, but it is a good card. Alright, next pack. I don't know what pack we're on, so. All I know is the first pack was definitely the best pack so far, so. Still winning Johnny, so. We got a Changling. Fury Spikler, which is cool. That gives its first strike when on my turn. Sky Surger, which enters a 1/1 Merfolk, and has Flying and Vigilance as Convoke. Mistmill Council. Brandwalking Brute. I just got that one as a foil. Blighted Black Form. Wandering Distractor. Have not seen that card, so that's pretty interesting. When it becomes tapped, target gets -3/-0, I guess. You can do that. Works. I don't know how. Smell Spear. Honestly, in my field, probably the worst counterspell in the existence of Magic. It's counter specifically a mana with 2. So, yeah, it's wonderful. Mudbone Curso, which is you can't block. And you can behold a goblin. When a creature dies, destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Okay. Wandering Trapper. I have not seen this card, and it is target creature and opponent controls. Interesting. It's not the best card, but it's a pretty decent card. Sizzling Changler, which is a shapeshifter. When it dies, exile top card of your library, and you can play it until the next turn. Oh, we got a Blight 1. Let's see what it says here. It says Blight 1 to Surveil 1. Why? Blight 2 to exile hard creature from your graveyard. And then during your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards in your graveyard by removing 3 counters from this card, in addition to paying their cost. Okay, I don't know. That's not a good card. We got a Trend, which is search library for a basic land. Then if you have 7 more land, you get a Tree Folk and a basic land. Not impressed with what I've gotten so far, but I like the set somewhat. My favorite set is still probably now I'm getting kind of, I mean, I'm kind of questioning between the two sets now, but, oh, I'm doing it upside down. To get Johnny would be really nice. Spiral Moon, which means target creature can attack or block. Evolving Wilds, the one's most common cards in existence. Gives me hexproof and +1/+2. Target creature plus get creatures you control +1/+1. Their Giant Road Druid. Tweeze, deal 3 damage to any target, then may discard a card and draw a card. Give something Death Touch and Lifelink, and the plus get the 2/2. And Elder Swords, whenever you carry your ability of an elemental, it triggers additional time, and it has flying. You choose one of these whenever it enters, and permanent control of the chosen type, you gain 1 life, and you can sacrifice and return a card of the chosen type. Interesting. Interesting. And we got this guy, which is you beginning of your upkeep, you untap target merfolk. Pretty good card. And our rare is choose target creature type, and then all cards of that type double that damage. Pretty good. Oh, we got another one. We got a rare. We create a mana vote token, which is honestly kind of weird. I don't know why we even bothered having this. That is a card, though. Yeah, there are cards. Basic land cycling, or 6/5. Cool. Not really a great card. And we'll put both those in sleeves. I think both those are really good cards. Okay, I'm going to say this card is really good because all you have to do is have one on the field, and it doubles all damage of the creature type, and that may not be just news. This one I don't know about because it's a 1/1 that gets you a land after 2 turns. I don't know. I think honestly that could easily be an uncommon. I'll put it up here though. Next pack. We got a Chaos Spewer, Wild and Unavail, which is counter spell. Thinking deals that in exile something, you gain 2 life. Whaley Farmer, when it enters the battlefield, if another creature enters, at the end of your turn, if another creature enters the battlefield, its turn, you surveil 1. Branson Brute, we got that again. Whenever you draw a card, lose 1 life. Whenever you do stuff, unfamiliar aim, either destroy target creature flying, cool, destroy target enchantment, or create a elf. Serene Grove, which is choose a color that that land is the chosen color, and it taps the mana for an additional color. Cool. You may blight this 1 when it enters, or blight 2 when it enters on another creature, and then get 2 1/1 black goblins with nothing else. Iron Shield Elf, discard a card against Indestructible. Silver Ground Mill, which you can basically get whenever it enters, you may create a 1/1 as well. Oh, we got a Shockland. Pretty good one. I don't know what the Shocklands go for now. I think the Shocklands go for like $12, basically. The basic Shocklands. Okay, this one goes for 9. So I got the worst one. Still, however, goes in it, and we get Personify for foil, and a land, and a goblin token for a tree folk. I have to put that in a sleeve though, because shocklands are still fairly valuable, even though they're not the best lands. And honestly, I don't play with shocklands most of the time, so don't expect me to play with shocklands. Majority of the time, anyways. I'll play with shocklands, but I do prefer not to do them. Blossom Bird. Exil's card, get a 1/1. It's 1/1. When it enters survival 1, you can make color for a different color. Flame Charl, whenever you cast a spell with maybe like a 4 or greater, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. We're Farmer again. Remember, we get a treasure token when it enters. This is a 2/2 of lifelink, and when it enters, mill 2 cards. Weirdly. Suddenly Strike, you may blight 2 when it enters. You may choose 1. If it was then, you get to choose both. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or destroy creature, or a card. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or 3 or more. A Changeling, which when it enters, destroy target artifact or enchantment. When it enters with 3 -1/1 counters, it becomes a 2/2. And when it begins, if you put an elf card in your graveyard, you remove a 1/1 counter from it, if there is one. If there's one in your graveyard, so it gets better. Illusion of Spinners, and we got, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's put it this way: it is each other creature you control has hexproof from each of its colors. That actually is very good. Not the best card, but definitely good. And I don't know if we have another. We don't have another one. We'll just foil one of these. And a land, which is a forest. I think that's really good. Each creature you control has extra cards. So if all you have to do is have a 5-color commander deck, it has all the colors, and you don't have to worry about it. Pretty good. I'm just stacking my lands so I don't have to so they don't fall off the table. Alright, it's not a table, this is my desk. Anyways, next pack. Still looking for a Johnny. I'd be okay to get Oko again, but I want a Johnny. Johnny's the one card I want. Alright, Silvercomb Prowler. Down guard, which enters with 2 negative counters, and if another creature enters, you move. If it has a 1 counter, remove 1. Changeling, which becomes a 4/4 artifact. Wary Farmer again. Reckless Fan gets +3/+2, and you create treasure token. Move an extractor, draw a card with 1 life. Target becomes tapped. Target just +3/-0. Add 2 mana. Only use elemental or activate abilities of elementals. Wretched Wretch, I think is how it's pronounced. When it enters, if a creature dies with 1/1 counter, then returns to the battlefield, it loses all abilities. Really good. I think we got return 1 or 2 permits to its owner's hand. If you control a merfolk, you get 1 for each one of these permits. That's pretty good. Kent gets a 1 as a vivid. You get X 1/1s for the number of colors you control. So if you have 5, you get 1 for you spend for it, right? Colors of permits you control. Oh, we got this guy who's kind of weird in my opinion. It was a 1/1, which means you can make something else, have flying, first strike, and lifelink, and it loses all abilities. I think it's decent. I don't want to pronounce that. It destroys exiles target creature, and we get a land for black. It's a decent card, though. That was my promo, my first one. I'm kind of sad because they removed the promo, the extra sleeve that you get right here from cards, because apparently they want, because they're not any more valuable really. They're maybe like 3 cents more right now for be your promo, or they would have been like 3 cents more. They weren't worth it though. So now they're not worth anything more. They're foils. Foils are like, I don't know, maybe 5 cents more. What do we call it? Glamour Might, when it enters, exile this card to get a 1/1. Each creature, when it enters, you get a 1/1 Merfolk. Wildvine Plummeter. Whenever you cast a 4 or a card that's 4 or more, you get 2 damage to each opponent. Put 4 -1 counters on target creature, which you can do untangling on a card that has less power than that. Harem Ante. It enters 2 -1 counters on it, and when another creature enters, you may surveil another creature with 1/1 counter. Remove 1/1 counter from this creature, and you surveil 1. Another one of these dominants, which is whenever permanent you gain 1 life whenever permanent of that type enters. It's an elf scout, which allows you to get an elf, swamp, or forest from if you looked up 4 cards in your library. Merfolks get +1/+1. When it enters, you may behold an elf and exile it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. Whenever it leaves, you get that creature back. Pretty good. We'll put that here. Oh, we get this guy, which is other tap creatures have indestructible. Pretty good. And this guy is a blue foil, and there's a land. We don't care for the lands really. We will put both those in the sleeves though. Not particularly great, but not ones that you guys received. I got like 4 copies of this card in my first. No, I didn't. I got 4 copies of it overall between the 2 things for it. So. We're doing pretty well with that. We get Wild and Viral. Appeal to something. Two creatures get +2/+1. Exil's card, you get 2/2 Elf, which is really a copy of its. No, it's not. Dawn Light Archer has Flash and Reach, which makes sense. It's an Elder Ante, which gives you a 1/1 whenever it enters. When it enters, you may mill 3 cards, and if there's an elf, then you get to make an opponent lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Give something trample indestructible. Take creature +2/+0. Equals the number. Whenever it enters, you gain life equals the number of permanent you control, so up to 5 life. Colors does not count. Perfect Intimidation. Exile 2 cards. Remove all cards from target creature. Give something trample and haste. And we got Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, whenever you cast a spell during a turn opponent, you surveil 2. Pretty good. And we got a Merfolk, which is when it enters, return one target permit to its owner's hand. One other target permit to its owner's hand. We might have another one here. We don't, but we do have another one of these foils in a land. Don't think that's really that valuable, so we'll put that over here. And the government over there. I do think Oko is actually really powerful if you can get to the if you can get it, because Lily goes 2 turns, and you have Oko pretty much on the field. We're about halfway, I'd say. From all the cards. We got a Merfolk, which gets it 1 when it enters. A Changeling, 3/4. When it becomes tapped, you gain 2 life. Progression makes them fight. Deal 5 damage, and then exile something if it is dead. Reveal target cards, or give target creature -2/2. Here, that goes to there. Run away together. And your keeper gets a bunch of stuff on the fields. Can't be blocked with power 2 or less, and whenever a creature enters battlefield, gets +2/+0 to end of turn. Deal 2 damage to one target and 1 damage to another. Put 2 1 counters on each creature. That's negative 1 counters. And we got a mythic. We are our first elemental mythic that I have not, and we'll see. We'll put this in a sleeve most likely. Enters with 6 -1 counters on it. Why? Whenever one of our permits mythic, let's see. Whenever one or more permits Moon Shadow, it has 1 counter from remove this counter from this creature. Whenever one, that's just this is like, I think this is terrible. It's menace, so it's a 7. It's a potential 7/7 with menace. Yeah. Oh wow, actually, it has 20. It's actually $23 almost. Whenever one or permits are put into the graveyard, if it had a 1 counter on it, remove 1 counter from this creature. I don't think that's ridiculously good, but still fairly good. Put that over here. We got our Kinkling Shadows. That might be better than I thought, but okay. And we got a regular mountain, and that. Next pack. We got Primalist, which honestly I think is probably the best of the commons in this set. It's a common I would probably draft more often. It gets played because it gets lifelink. 2/3, so it is. Mystic. Something gets +2/+0 and has Vigilance. Whenever a power 4 or greater is cast, 4 damage to target tap creature, destroy target enchantment. No creature enters, gets +1/+0. When it enters, you get a goblin. When it dies, put 1 counter on target creature, -1 counter on target creature. +2/+2 in first strike, and untap it. One of the best commons, I'd say, in the set. Return our one other no creature to its owner's hand. Card creatures, no creature attacks alone gets +X equal to the number of kinklings you control. Good grief! Is a creature attack, a creature you control. Yeesh! Kinkling deck. This gains life equal to the number of permanents you control. We got this guy, under tap creature gets +1/+1. I got that in actually one of my packs too. We get a Merfolk, which has 4, so it could cost 2. And whenever a land enters the battlefield, which is kind of weird, then you get a 3/4 with reach, and you can exile it, and then Tree Folk and Force you control have indestructible until end turn. That card seems a little bit bad. 2 -1 counters, foil, and then we got a land. That seems a little bit not super powerful. I guess you somehow are able to cheat it out somehow. Maybe it's powerful. This one I think is pretty cool. The art is. I don't know the card. I mean, it's still not the best card out there, but it's still fairly good. Give me a Johnny. I'm begging for a Johnny. Please have a Johnny. If this is not a Johnny, I'm gonna be sad. But there's still a lot of packs, so I guess that's. I'll be still sad if it doesn't have a Johnny. Keep out. Deal for damage to target trapped creature. A Changeling, which just does stuff. Does search for lands. Basic land cycling. Target creature flying when it enters. Target gets +1/+1 in vigilance. Activate it once a sorcery. Get another goblin onto the field. Blight 1. Exile target creature or pay 3. +2/+2 and first strike, and untap it. Blight 1, deal 2 damage to each opponent. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. One of the best rares, I'd say. Enters with 3 -1/1 counters. It's a Merfolk Soldier, and when it becomes tapped, it has a -1/1 counter. Remove a 1 counter from it. Cool. Has flying. Oh goodness. I think fairies was a type. Fairies is like the one type that wasn't in existence, but this one is definitely one. I think honestly, blue-black is definitely fairies. Let's see, it is. Whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, you may pay 1 life. Okay. If you do draw a card, pretty good. It's a multicolored card. We get this one. Whenever this champion enters, for X basic lands, which is the number of permanent colors you control, and then you may play additional lands each turn. They go into your hand. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we got this one here. Create a token of target elf. Return 1 or 2 permanents from graveyard, and from your graveyard, I guess you have to use either one of them. Destroy target creature or an enchantment. Creature you target players control gains +3/+3 until end of turn. Untap them. Pretty powerful. That's another mill 2 cards, lifelink, and a land. I think that's pretty good. I don't know that it's broken per se. What does that one go for right now? It is the black one. Force, by the way, it's like $1. It's a little more than $1, but it's not much. Yeah, it is 37 cents. Yep, go back to Mythics. Because that is sad. Pretty sad. Bring all these in the trash can. That is sad. This is the first stream I have of the year, so it actually might start next month. Blue Think. That's a Tree Folk Cleric. Group of Purge, which is exile something. Target is hexproof until end of turn. Surveil 1/3/1. Exile the 2 cards, and if it was made, then exile the next 3 cards, and you can play those cards until the end of your next turn. Another one is Lifelink, guys. Midfolk Midnight Tilling, which is mill 4 cards, return permits to your hand. Friday, which I think is actually one of the better uncommons in this set, to be honest. Add 2 mana, activate only if it's elf in your graveyard, so I mean you have to have it, but you can hold a health or pay 2. And if there's an elf card in your graveyard, all you got is you get 2 mana for free. And it's not restricted, there's not really much restriction off that. Just put a elf into your graveyard. This is Sizzling, it's a lizard basically. It's a shapeshifter. When it enters, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, which is the number of creatures you control. Vivid's pretty basic in this set. Oh! Favorite of Fable, one of my favorite cards in this set. Let's read what it does here. It comes at 2/3 for just one thing. It becomes a Scout 4/5 if you pay 3, and it becomes a 7/8 with protection from your opponents if you get to 6. Put that in sleeve, and we got this guy for Blight 1. Not really powerful, and we got a land and that thing. Give me a sleeve, and I will probably want a better sleeve than this one, because this one's actually one of my favorite cards in this set. Will I get more of them? Let's hope so, because I actually really want that card. I got one in the previous one. I've not gotten any more than those. But it's a rare, so, you know, we're not going to get a lot of them. We'll get some, but maybe we'll get one more. I've only gotten one other one so far, so that was in 6 packs, I think. Was it 6 packs? No, it was like over like 12 packs. This guy taps to gain 2 life. Evolving Wilds. We love Evolving Wilds. Everyone loves Evolving Wilds, especially if you're commander players. Mystic. Credit Charge when it enters. Blight 1, exile creature. So everybody for a basic land. If there's 7 more lands in your battlefield, you get 3/4. +2/+2 in first strike. Get 2 encounter negative corners, and you can make something indestructible by removing it. Kind of weird, but okay. 3 folk gauge that removes counters, return something of benefit 3 or less to your battlefields. Sour Bear Blight 2, get 2 goblins onto your fields. Oh, we have an Elf Warrior, has Convoke, and whenever one or more creatures enter, choose a creature type. Other permanents have hexproof, gain indestructible. What? Until end of turn. Whenever this creature enters. Nah, it's not really gonna nerve. We got an Elf Droid here. It's an Elf Droid. Mill 4 cards and put a creature card or mana card from mana cards on top of your library. Discard a land card. Create a 1/1 nugget for each land card in your graveyard. That does not seem reasonable. No. And +2 plus Green Goblin and a land and a double-sided card. That doesn't seem like that's reasonable. Next one. I'm aware. Oh, it gives +2 +0 to it. Another Merfolk. Coin creatures +1/+1, and all creature types get a 1/1 that enters. Blight 2 counterspell. Surveil 1 when it enters. +3/+3, create a turret token. 3/2. Elf mill thing. When it dies, draw a card. Changeling. It's what? I don't really understand what the point of this is, but I guess it's still technically it's all creature types, so it does affect things like the card that says each opponent loses 1 life in game when you play a goblin card. Target creature is +3 +/-3 and loses all abilities until end of turn. Interesting. This is the first one of Giant Warriors. Giants are not very common in this set, which is why there wasn't a mechanic for it, I guess. Remove a counter from this creature, and their creature gets +1 +0 and it's flying. It's a 6/7. Yay. Please don't do that. We get a tap of 2 creatures, put stun counter on each of them. We got Dream Harvest, which is each opponent exiles a card from top of the library until they've exiled a card of total value of 5 or greater. Total mana value here. And then you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Yeesh! Give me a better sleep for that one. We got, another one of these is, I don't know what it's called. It's Vampire Cleric. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Copy the triggered abilities. Yeah, okay. Blight 1, discard a card for hits, and we got a land. I want to read this card again. Let me. I think I may have missed something. Each opponent exiles a card, which just means this is a really good commander. And then you can cast a card of total mana value. If exile card doesn't have exile a card that's total mana 5 or greater. So it's total exile cards with total mana 5 or greater in this way. So it will not trigger more than 5 for sure, unless you have a somehow 0 cost deck, and then you get to cast one of those cards for free. That is very good. I can see why it's a rare though. It doesn't seem like it's quite good enough to be a mythic, but it's pretty close, I would say. Merfolk guy. Blight. Return something to your hand, to the top or bottom of the owner's library. Target creature can't block. Tweeze. Attack something. Gotcha. Flash. 4/2. Whenever it enters me, exile top card to your library. Basic land cycling. Oh, Spring Move Out. I wouldn't say this is one of the better uncommons in this set because of the context. There's a lot of cards that just do tap stuff and say, tap it for 1 mana. When this creature taps, gain 2 life, or whenever this creature, whenever something happens, it's really good. It's really good. It's not the best card, but it's still pretty good. You get a Goblin or Swamp or Mountain card for the thing here. Quick creature plus player plus 1. Its long creature's power toughness is greater than its power assigned damage equal to its toughness rather than power. Okay, so basically it just does whatever the most damage is. Gotcha. We got a rare, which is at the beginning first main page, my Blight 1. If you do, create a treasure token. Pretty good. And then we have a Merfolk Queen, which just does stuff to make creatures weaker. Still want a Johnny. Please give me a Johnny. Not bad, but it's not the one of those cards I'm like, wow. Hey, Changeling with lifelink. Give someone else flying when it enters. Creatures get +1/+1. 1/2 and has wither whenever it enters. Deals damage equal to -1 counters. I don't think wither is that strong of an ability, but it's still decent for if you have the right kind of deck for it. Can't be blocked with more than one creature. Okay. Just give it menace. That's all you need. I don't think there's any menace things in this set, but target goes +2/+2. I will definitely put an elf warrior deck or something like that. They can have menace. It can't be blocked with more than one creature. So, if you have a creature, if it's menace, too bad you can't block it. Blight 1, discard a card and draw a card. Whenever it enters, all your Cavelings get +1/+1 against first strike. Well, +1/+0 in first strike. When it enters, target creature gets 4/4 until end of turn against all creature types. Flying lifelink, whenever you cast a spell during your opponent's turn, put 1 counter on this native 1 counter on this creature. Why? But why? Yeah, so I don't know why would you ever play this unless you're trying to remove stuff from the thing, because this card just does not seem reasonable. It's flying, great, but you've got, I guess as long as you don't do the things on your opponent's turn, you have to worry about it. Return to untapped Merfolk to your hand. If you have 3 or more creatures, return target permanent from your graveyard unit, which is pretty good. And we are a mythic, a giant warrior. What is one's cost? It is 2 ducks. Yay! Whenever it enters, target creature loses all ability rights and becomes a coward, and becomes a 1/1. Yay! And giant warfolk, which is nothing, and basic land. Awful. It's $2. What do you expect? I guess is each creature target. Oh no! Each creature. Oh no! Never mind. I'm going to change my mind off of that. Each creature target opponent controls has made and loses all abilities and is a coward. It does cost. Never mind. Why is this only $2? That's what I want to know. It's not the most powerful creature. Make a giant deck. Make your opponent. All your creatures are 1/1s. That's ridiculous. How on earth is that not higher? I want to look at that. Price history is gone. Oh yeah. So it was up at $30 before events. It was $240. Now it's $20. Yeah, that does not make sense to me. But okay, I disagree. I think that was a ridiculously powerful card. It's not the best card, but it's a good card. We got a Stomper, which is a 4/2. Draw 3 cards, 2 cards. Get 2/1 counters, and whenever it enters, another creature enters, the 1 counter is on it. Remove a counter from this creature. What's over here? Blight 2, when it enters or attacks, if you do, Draw a card and lose 1 life. It costs 1 less for if you control Kinkling. And when it enters, draw a card. Blight 1, deal 2 damage or 4 damage if you blight. Destroy something, or destroy enchantment, or a creature with flying. Enters, deal X damage to creature, which is number of permanents you control. Make sure you have a pretty big deck. During your first main phase, you may blight 2. If you don't, you lose 3 life. Which I don't know. That seems kind of maybe. When it enters, you get a 1/1 fairy. You get a Kinkling, which means you enter with 2 Kinklings, and then you can create Kinklings 5. And then you got this creature which exiles a Kinkling when it enters, and you return a Kinkling. It's flash. I think this card's not terrible, but it's not like the most broken card ever. Perfection for green, and then a foil swamp. I don't think it's the most broken card, but if you make a Kinkling deck, you better have this card in it, because that is ridiculous. That is still pretty powerful. Well, we're probably going to be still taking 2 hours for this. Changeling is first strike during your turn. Changeling thing that becomes a 4/4. Draw a card, discard a card when it enters. Oh, it becomes tapped. Never mind. Basic land search. Get 4/3 units if you have it. Light 1. Exile card. Get 2 or 3 cards instead. 4 more counters on target creature. -1. 1 counters. Enter the 2 removable counters. Then you can remove 1 by instant verbal whenever another creature dies. Can't block with power 2 or 2 creature or 2 or less. Blight 1 against haste. Discard card against indestructible. Oh, we got an artifact here. Let's see what it does here. It is a card that says it enters 2 creature type. Choose creature type, right. Whenever a permanent you control of a chosen type enters, put a charge count on this artifact. Gotcha. So you want to make this, you would make this in probably a specifically blue deck. That would probably be Merfolk's, or what other card type is there? It's Merfolk's or Elementals, really. Maybe another blue type at some point. And then when you remove 3 cards, you may put an instant or sorcery. When you cast an instant or sorcery this turn, you may copy it. Pretty good. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's not as broken as you might think, but it is one of the most pretty cards. I'll put it to sleep anyways. It is this guy. He is double-sided. Whenever it enters or transforms, you may draw a card. You may discard a card if you do draw a card. And then on the other side, it is okay. What? Put that. I'm still putting that in a sleeve. I don't care. I'll put that in a better sleeve because it is very powerful. It's very cool. When it enters, transforms. For my phase, you add 2 mana of any one color. You want to do this to 4 mana. Still, I don't think it's my favorite card out there, but you know, it's still pretty cool. And we have a foil +3 -3 and a swamp. Love all the arts. By the way, I have not seen any Storylight ones. I think there's supposed to be insured at least one in these. I think. Might be wrong. There, like in each of the other boxes I've opened, there's been one. Sore thing. Changeling 4/2. 4/2 tap creature or untap a creature. Give some vigilance. when it enters. Basic land cycling. Target reveals a hand, you choose non-permits. 4 -2/2. Kinglings, all Kinglings get +1/+0. +1, +2/+2 in hexproof. -2, it gets 2 -2 when it enters, and you remove it to give target creature -2/+0. Pretty cool, pretty good. Changeling, that becomes a copy of something. -2/+2, remove counter, draw a card, activates only a sorcery. Oh! Yes! 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 Give me my special couch. Yes! We got it, Johnny! Yes! Yes! I am happy. Oh, finally! It'd be nice if we get the alternate version of it. What is that one? I don't think it goes for much right now, but still. Yeah, it's $4. It's like $3.50. But I wanted to see if there's an alternate version of this card. I'm just curious. I don't think there is one that stands. No, there's a borderless one which we did not get, and I don't think we can get that one. Huh? But yes, thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Magic cards. I don't know if that exists. If that's really what it is. But that's the one card I wanted. We got it. There's still some cards in there I would love to get. I mean, I'd still love to get some of these cards. And we do have one more card, I believe, in here. But put that over here. We got it, Johnny. I'm happy. We can end the video now. No, we're not going to. We got their robber, which enters with a treasure token. And we got a swamp. Yay! Now, if I can get the Oko in here, too, I will be happy, too, because Oko is really good, too. We got the card I wanted, my favorite one, the card I wanted. I would love to get. We got also got the alternate art version of the victory thing, which is currently $34. So that's a foil version. Non-foil version is still $23. So was it foil? I don't think it was foil. I can look at it here in a second. I'm trying to put these cards aside. I don't care about any of these. Toads going aside. Was it a foil? Was it a foil version? I don't think it was. But let's see. It was the first card I got. It was an alternate. Was not foil, so it was $23. Still, $20. It's still $20. $20 is $20. I don't care. I would still like to get, what's it called? The Blight that allows you to play, that basically allows you to pay 1 life to get a fairy. At the beginning, I would still love that one. Don't particularly care if I don't get it, per se. But I'll be happy to do it. The 2+2+1. I don't know what that's called, but whatever it is, it's just draw 3 cards, discard a card, mill 3 cards, return a permanent. Tweeze. Whenever a creature attacks, you draw a card and lose 1 life. +2/+0 in first strike. Trample until end of turn. +4 plus. Whenever you draw 4. Whenever you cast a spell 4 or greater, you draw a card. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Like that card. It's not great. 6/6. Oh goodness, what happened? What happened to this kid? He's got a, okay, it says trample. When this creature enters up to X per creature, plus X plus X is equal to number of permanents you control. Yikes! Better hope you have 6 colors. My gosh. And we do have a rare here. It is the Sky. Let's see. He doesn't double side. No. It gains persist when it has no more counters. When another card, whenever it enters, another card creature plus X. Okay, that doesn't actually help much, but it's still decent, I guess. Remove any number of counters from target permanent. Activates only the sorcery. It's flash. Cool. It doesn't have any of the opposite sides. So, and we got a Shockland as a bonus to that. That's the blue one. What's the blue one go for? The blue red one, it's $12. Nice. And we also got, this is one of the rares. This one in foil, it is the, I think it was the highest one, I think, if I remember correctly. It is not 28 cents. The foil version is not showcase. It's foil. Foil is 35 cents, so it's actually about 7 cents more. Not great. Okay. Still put that to sleep. And we got foil land. That foil lands. I need to put all those in my sleeves because they are all pretty cool. I don't think this is advanced. This one says create a token of copy of another Tinkling you control. Pull a 1/1 Tinkling. The target player creates one, or you get a 3/3, or for something fights. Still like it. Shockland, like it. I mean, I don't really care for it. Let's put it that way. Boy. My stream is going down a little bit here. It's back to excellent. Cool. I don't know. Remove any number of permanents from a target creature you control. Activate only the sorcery. Don't think that's that good of a card, but I'll put it in a sleeve anyways. We are actually down to 3 packs. I said I don't have a clue about counting, but we got a Johnny, so I'm actually happy. I got all I wanted. Almost. Plus 1/1. Elemental. Tinkling gets plus 4 points. Yay, Tinkling. Plus 4/0, just tail damage. Yay. Nil 3 cards, deal 2 damage, gain 2 life. Okay, man, all the blackness. Plus 3/3, and if you get to your battlefield, you draw a card. That's cool. That's really cool. Other giants have double strike. Boy. I don't know how useful this card is because there's so few giants in this set. But, cool. It worked. I'm going to make a giants deck at some point. Yay. Enchant creature loses all abilities into 1/1. Another Shockland. It's cool. And they got a Blight 2, counter target spell, and a land. This was probably, I think, the lowest ones, if I remember correctly, but don't care. Shocklands are not bad. I don't really care for them, but I'm not going to complain. There are 3 packs left. From this side. What was the blue one here? I don't know if it says it, if it has one. It's okay. That was $11. So that one's the middle of the packs. We got Changling, which does stuff. Whenever it attacks or taps creature. Yep. Okay. No creature gets +2/+0, whatever it attacks. Flash for +3/+2, and has right -4/-0 to a creature. Counters tap Chris creature, does stuff. Oh, we got this one. I have not seen this one. This is take a token of target elemental creature control. It has haste, and then you sacrifice it, and you can hold 3 damage to flashback this card. Ooh, interesting. It is. I don't know how that really works. You get a copy of a creature you control, which could be ridiculous. I don't know how powerful that is. Exile something or remove all counters from target creature. Choose a 4/4. A giant war which removes our creatures, gets creature indestructible. We got this one. Choose a creature type. Remove or return all creatures to the battlefield. Good grief! Put that in a sleeve, definitely. Return all creatures of the chosen type to the battlefield. Holy mackerel. Put that in a sleeve. And it's probably not worth a whole lot, but... And we have this thing which taps to add mana. And we are in 2 more packs. There's one more card still I kind of want. I don't care if I don't get it. Let's put it that way. But I definitely think I've definitely made my money back off this. Well, especially since I didn't pay anything for it. Gets an elf. Enchant creature. It can't have counters on it, which is kind of annoying if you only have one creature. +2/+1 to 2 creatures. Somebody for a basic land. Get 3/4 elk if you have more than 7. Target creature is +1/+0. Again, miss. No, this creature gets +1/+0 and has miss. Lifelink. Mill 2 cards. Goes +2/+0. Indestructible until end of turn. Whenever it enters the battlefield and dies, you get treasure token. Changeling. Exile something. That person gets a 1/1. Add 2 mana. Only if an elf. Changeling. It's a shapeshifter. Whenever it enters, you may return a creature from the battlefield to your hand. And we got something Blaze thing which deals X damage to target creature. When its creature dies this turn, exile any of your cards in the target library equal to its power. They may choose a card that has less power than that, less than that amount, and then you may cast it until your next turn. Still pretty good. And we got the Changeling thing which just does stuff, and we have a foil land. Our final pack. There's one card left, which I would love to get. I don't particularly care if I don't get it. It is a mythic. And I think I've mentioned it before. What it is. Put it in a sleeve still. Gotta go find the mythics here. Because it is a mythic. Let me see. It is Bitter Bloom Bearer. There's nothing. I mean, that's the card I want. If I wanted it, but I don't care if I don't get it. So if I don't get it, that's fine. Bloom Tinder would be really nice too. The Elemental God, that's something of Dawn, wouldn't be terrible. I don't care about it though. Mirror Form is the other card I want. This is final pack. Right, there's no packs here. Right. I've got what I wanted, so got a Shapeshifter, Temple Hammer Cleansing. Shapeshifter gets first strike when it ends your turn. Exile 2 cards, get 3 life. Target gets blocked by, can't be blocked. You can cast something for it. Blight something, then exile a creature. +1/+0 and first strike. Oh, vigilance. Okay, I gotta read this. Initial cost, you may vote on an element or pay 2. Target creature gets +X, gets a creature and gets target pull. It has this ability. This ability is the third time you add multiple of that. So you can basically add 3 free mana for this if it's the third time. That's pretty good. And it's built, we haven't seen this one either. Draw cards equal to the number of permanents you control with colors. And our Changeling, which just returns something. And, oh, that's nice. Whenever it or elf or another elf or fairy enters, exile top two cards of library of the opponent targets a library. Once a turn, you may cast spells with less value of that card equals the number of elves and fairies you control. Well, that is pretty good. I'll put it in a sleeve in a second here. And we have this guy, which is not worth anything. But anyways, what would I say about this set? I'm putting that in a bigger sleeve. When I will say this, I think this set is 100% worth it. I don't know that it was the best set so far. I'm putting these in order based on color. But my favorite set still has to be... What was it? Oh, Foundations, I think, was the best set. I think that was the best set. Was that the one that had... Was it Foundations? Or was it something else? I'm trying to think. Let me go look at here. I've got everything I want this set now. Let me look at all the sets. Was it? Or was it Age of Attorneys? I think it was Foundations. No, Bloomborough was my favorite set. Bloomborough. I will say that this set is definitely in my top, how to say this, probably top 5. Because, I mean, if I were going to top 5 right now of all the sets that I have ever done, Bloomborough would be number 1. Foundations would be number 2. This would probably be number 3. Core 2021, I think, would be my next one. And I think we have to go all the way back to the first to Core 19. And I would say Core 19 and what's the other one? Core 2021 and 2020 are both up there. I don't know exactly which order. That is it for this stream, though. And I'm going to let you guys know. Let me go to the... I think it's still streaming. Let me see something here. You guys won't be able to see this, but you guys will be able to see if you go to my YouTube channel page. I have put I'm going to be streaming at least 3 times every week. 3 times every month, sorry. Every 3 weeks. And I am going to, I believe, put Magic videos up as well. Probably 3 of them in a month. But I'll go ahead and see if I don't know if I can if I can show you the thing here. Let me see here. So I'm only going to show you for the first one up here, for the first one. But I have all of these are the streams, and I've already showed you all of these here, I think. For the next month, as we're actually right here. Obviously, I didn't stream for any of the other ones, but I will say this: Goody Life is next week on the 7th. I will be introducing card creation of Command, which will be a basic set of card games. I will probably get that set at some point. I just don't know when. I can go ahead and go to this thing. There will be no stream on the 21st, and then 28th will be Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Then Enchanted Cave will be the next one. I don't know if I've actually put all them up here. And then we'll have cards always. I haven't decided all the ones here. And you'll see that there's, if you happen to go through all of these, there's some of these I haven't decided what I'm doing because I'm not really sure when these sets come out. But for sure, these are all locked into play. I don't know if I've actually put these in specific order, but that is what I'm going to be doing all for the next set. Now I will say this: there will be other videos that will come out as well. Yep, I'm not joking that. Let me see here. No, there will be more videos coming up than that. I just closed my phone. Thank you.